What's poppin', and welcome back to another episode of Fletcher the Fisherman, guys. Today, I'm out here at a nice, juicy pond. We're gonna be doing a little bit of pond hopping, and I'm really excited to get after these fish today. I've caught some awesome bass out of these ponds, handfuls of 3s, 4s, and 5s, and I've even seen a few big fish swimming around the banks that I haven't got my hands on yet, but we're gonna try to change that today. But I have 2 baits with me, just 2 rods, 2 baits, and I'm gonna jump into those in just a second. Just gonna run it light today, not get too crazy with my bait selection, just keep it simple. But before I jump into that, I wanna tell y'all about probably one of the coolest fishing scales that I've ever had, and I'm really excited to try to use that today, so hopefully we catch a big one to give it a shot. So let me go ahead and jump into that right now. Y'all have been asking me big time to get a new scale because the one I've had has had tons of problems, and that is exactly what I've gone and done. Guys, this is the Halas scale right here, and this has probably some of the coolest features I've ever seen in a scale. So let me go ahead and pop this bad boy open. I'm gonna get into that in a second, but here is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the scale, and if you take a look at it, it's got some pretty unique features right off the back. We got the grippers, and it's got this interesting shape in the back. And if you take a look at that, what does that look like? It looks like a tape measure. That is right. There's actually a tape measure that is electronically read when you weigh your fish. So you can pull this out, get the weight of your fish and the length of your fish all in one fast swoop. And it's also a smart scale, so it connects to an app, which I'm gonna pull up here in just a second, so you can record your weight, record your length, and record the actual weather that's going on when you caught that fish and the location. So let me go ahead and pop open that app. The app that you're gonna wanna get to connect to this thing is called Halas. It's just HALASZ, and I already have it downloaded, so I'm just gonna hit open right here, and it'll bring you up to this. And what you're gonna wanna do to connect this thing is just go to more, then go to settings, and then you're gonna go up here. I already have it connected, but you just click connect. And then when you're actually connected, you can change this thing between inches and pounds and centimeters and kilograms, just depending on where you are and what measuring you actually use. And then after that, you can go right here, hit this big middle button, and it brings you to the camera, and that connects to the scale. So when you take a picture of a fish holding it like this, it's actually gonna record whatever's being weighed and measured on the scale with the picture, and then it also will record that and keep a log of this, and it'll tell you the weather and the location of exactly where that fish was caught. So when I catch a fish today, I'll show you all that in action. But let's go ahead and give this thing a little quick test right here while we're taking a look at it. And if you just pull on this thing right here, you can see it gives you a weight, and if you pull out this, it'll record and tell you the actual length of your fish right here. And what's really cool about it is it doesn't actually start measuring it until you get to the tip of the gripper. So actually where the lip of the fish starts. So it'll have a really cool, accurate measurement. And then you can just press it in and it goes up just like that. And this thing's rechargeable, and it's really cool because the people who sent me this have designed this thing so that it's optimized from the hardware and software to save as much battery power as possible and have the most sensitive scale it possibly can. And when you turn this thing on, guys, make sure you turn it on facing the ground like this, and that'll make sure this thing is synchronized to weigh as accurately as possible. So I'm really excited to give this thing a try. Well, let me just show you all the rest of the stuff in the package really quick. You just have a little user manual, super easy to follow, all in just simple terms, makes it really easy, and will get you started in no time. And then there's also a little charger right here in the box as well, which you're gonna need to charge this thing back up. But since it has a great battery life, you're probably not gonna have to do that too often. So I'm really excited to get this thing into use today. So let me go ahead and put the box back up and put the scale at my ready so I can weigh any fish that I might catch today and measure the length, which I don't normally do, so I'm excited to do that as well. But let's go ahead and jump into our baits today. We're just going to be using a little stick bait right here, and this is the Berkeley Maxent General, and it's just an awesome little stick bait. And I just have that paired up with a Texas rig on a 1/4 ounce bullet weight. And then we also have a nice little lipless crankbait that we're going to be just throwing and burning back to us today. And I'm hoping that this is really going to get the job today. I've already seen a bunch of like little pops on top of the water from fish blowing up on some stuff, so I'm hoping they're pretty active and they're going to chase this thing down. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. I'm excited to get started. Let's go ahead and give this thing a heave. No luck on that first cast. Let's give it a little bit farther of a cast down there. We're gonna try burning it today. Burning and pausing it. I want to trigger that awesome fall reaction strike. That's the game plan. No luck on the lipless so far. I'm gonna switch gears over to our little Texas rig stick bait for a second just to see if I can get one in this corner before I keep on moving around the pond. We just got bit. Second cast, guys. I hook-setted that a little aggressively. I probably need to calm down just a tad bit. Hook-setting like Noah right now. Go ahead and grab myself another worm really quick. Took my worm though, little sucker. There's a lot of small bass in this pond, but there's also some good ones. So those small ones, they'll just kind of nitpick you to death, and they will definitely take a good bit of your soft plastics because they just grab it by the just a little bit on the lip of it, and they never get the hook in their mouth a lot of the times, which sucks. But we're gonna get back out there and we're gonna get on these fish here in a second. I'm going commando up here, see if I can't get one out of this little pocket. Got a bite. There we go. Got one. Up in the trees. Got our first one of the day right here. And it's just a little dinky guy. But hey, you got to start somewhere. I'm excited to get on the board. And thankfully I got a hook in them. But this is a tiny fish. But since I got a new scale, I'm excited to use it. Let's bring this over to the scale and give it a shot. All right, guys. Let's give this a shot really quick. I'm excited to actually put this thing to use. I have yet to use it so far. Looks like she's on. Put her on the scale really quick. And as you can tell, this fish is tiny at a whopping 0.69 pounds. I can't believe I'm weighing this fish, but let's go ahead and measure it as well. And this fish is 11.2 inches. And y'all can see that right there. Let's go ahead and put this bad boy back in. Thanks for munching, little guy. Glad to officially be on the board. Didn't take too long, just about 5 or 10 minutes. Get myself rigged back up here, and let's go find ourselves another one. I'm gonna go ahead and move down the pond just a little bit. I'm gonna give this lipless crankbait another go. See if I can't get anything to come up and swipe at this thing. Leaves are proving to be problematic. It's definitely catching on them a decent amount, which is a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad right now. There we go. Got one there out in the middle. Hammered that thing. Oh, come on in here, bud. Jumping today, let's go. Oh no! Oh, that was a decent one, guys. That was probably like a 2.5 pounder. Just came up and spit it right back at me, little sucker. All right, that's okay, that's okay. I'll get your friends, don't worry. Let me cast right back where I just hooked that one. See if there is any more hanging out in that area. I think I let it get down a little bit that time too, so let me try that. Nothing there. Gonna keep on moving. Give the worm another go before we move ponds. No more luck. Let's go ahead and move on to our next pond. Down here to new pond, I'm gonna go back to the trap again and see if I can get anything on this out here. I think I'll have a pretty good chance of catching myself a nice one in here. This pond tends to have some better fish, but I'm just gonna get started right down this little riprap right here. See if there's anything kind of just hanging up on these rocks. And we got ourselves a logmas monster. Gotta love those. Get that back. Gonna try around this little spillover thing really quick. See if there's anything kind of just hanging out up on this. Dang, nothing around that. Going on a little dry spell here. Ready for some action. Oh, I got one. Oh my gosh, look at this little Tiny bass. My God. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. Monster, guys. Double digits all day on this channel. That's all you can expect, is just absolute mondos. What was this little dude thinking? That might be one of the smallest fish I've ever caught on a lipless, or just in period. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is for sure my PB right here. Double digits for days. Little 10 ouncer, not even. Little 10 grammer. I'm not really sure how to feel about that one right there. I want to catch a really nice one for you guys. I promise that there's actually some big fish in here. I caught a really solid one, probably like I think if my memory serves me correctly, like 4.5 right here on a whopper plopper, the little mini one. And just to prove to you that there's some nice fish in here, I'm gonna go ahead and roll that clip. There we go, fish on, fish on, fish on. There we go, on the whopper plopper. Yes, finally. We've been in a drought, ladies and gentlemen. This feels probably like the best fish yet. He's got quite some pull to him. Oh yes, this is a really good fish. This is a really good fish, guys. This is a really good fish. Stay down, stay down, stay down. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, let's go, let's go. What a freaking stud. What a freaking stud. Let's go. That is a nice fish. How about that, guys? Look at that fish. That is a beast. Woo! That hypes me up here in Charlotte. Not even in the honey hole, and we're catching studs. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get throw this puppy on the scale real quick and see what she reads. Give me just a second. 418. 418. Right there for y'all. That hypes me up. Let's go. Let's go. One last look at this stud right here. Just an absolute beast. She's gorgeous. This is exactly what I needed to get going. I was having a tough day. I'm gonna be honest, this is the first fish in quite a while. So we're gonna go ahead and get this girl back in the water, make sure she stays nice and healthy. And here she goes. Let her swim on in just a second and give her a second to revive. She's got some nice shoulders on her. She's a brute. There she goes. Swims off like a champ. So as you can see, I'm not lying. There's some solid fish in here. I'm just waiting for one of those guys to bite me. I've seen some fish that I think were probably pushing like 7-ish pounds just cruising the bank before, but they were just not interested in biting. So I would love to get my hands on one of those if one of those would be willing to bite for me today. But you know, I'm satisfied with the dinks, you know. PBs all day. We've been catching toads. Ooh, oh, that was a bite right there, 100%, 100%. Let me get that back out of there. Just came up and tapped that thing. About 2 more weeks, guys, 2 or 3 more weeks, and the fall bite is gonna be in full swing. I'm getting antsy. These fish just keep like starting to tease me with a little bit of a fall bite, and then they just die off and then come back into that fall bite pattern. Oh gosh, there's a nice backlash. Hit something in my back cast right there, but you know, I'm just anxious for this fall bite, and it's going to be so much fun once they start firing up like crazy and really chasing some bait. Not quite there yet, but they're starting to kind of move into that phase, which is nice to see. Oh, there's a wake, there's a wake. I don't know if that was a bass or if that was a carp, but whatever it was, it definitely was not a bluegill. Oh no. Oh, I hope that was not a bass that I spooked off. Whatever that was a pretty big something that just came right off that bank right there. Oh, is that a, nope. Loch Ness monster, typical. Oh gosh, another freaking short strike. What the heck? They're pecking at it today. Oh, major commitment issues. There we go. Oh, is he on? Oh, dang. Actually, I think that might have been a stick. Oh yeah, it was. That felt like a bite. That bark came loose, so it had some like give to it. And I thought that was a fish. Gotta put a fresh worm on really quick. That one was kind of beat up. Hopefully this is the little mojo change I need to finally get myself one. Jeez, these fish have just gone dormant on me. I'm gonna try my little secret spot again, see if there's another one in there. Come on, show me the money. Oh, yep. Yeah. Oh gosh, this seems to be the only spot producing for me. And we got another freaking dinker, probably about the same size as the first fish that we pulled out of this little spot. Thanks for the munch there, bud. I'll take it, but man, can I get at least one fish that's worth weighing? I'll try to get down here where I can cast a little bit farther up. Try closer to that side of the bush first. Your fish has it. Yep. No! Oh, I didn't have any room to set the hook, but I had a little dude on there. This spot is the juice. Oh man, guys, that was a tough one today. The fish just were not cooperating. They were short striking a bunch, and that's just how it goes sometimes, but all you can do is shake it off and get back out there another time. But I just wanted to bring up one more time this scale, guys. It's a really cool product. If you haven't checked it out already, make sure you do. I'm gonna have a link to it down in the description below if you want to find out more about it. They just started the Kickstarter for it, so definitely make sure you go check it out. Super awesome product, and I'm excited to actually use this on some monster fish when I actually catch one down the road. But hopefully y'all enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe, and if you want to go the extra mile, hit that little bell notification as well. And as always, bassin' is a passion. Peace.